Welcome to Dementia Unpacked. I am Ofentse, your host, where we turn whispers about dementia into conversations. I am not a medical expert. I am a daughter who's walked this journey with my father, and now I'm having these conversations in hope to help others feel more seen and less alone. Today I'm joined by Dr. Nchoe. Dr. Nchoe is a specialist neurologist in the private practice in Rustenburg. She has a wide ranging interest in the field of neurology, in stroke, epilepsy, nerve and muscle disorders, as well as neurocognitive disorders, which is why we are here today. Dr. Nchoe has completed her MBCHB. She has her fellowship in neurology. Yes. And she has completed her master's in medicine at the University of Pretoria. It is such an honor to have you. Thank you so much. That felt like a mouthful there.
Thank you so much, Ofentse, for having me. It is a privilege to be here to discuss a topic that I'm so passionate about.
So, in my experience with dementia or Alzheimer's, I've done such research on it, because I don't know about it. And the only reason why I even got to discussing it is because my dad was just diagnosed with vascular dementia, And for people that don't know both, um, would you define it for us as to what is dementia and Alzheimer's? Is it the same thing? It's not the same thing. And what would you basically um, say most families don't understand until they're already in it?
Okay, I'll start with us letting you know what most families don't understand. Dementia is not a normal part of aging. I think that's where people usually get lost.
The biggest myth.
The biggest myth. It's not a normal part of aging. It is pathological. It's a disorder, and it causes impairment in function. So dementia is an umbrella term, and underneath it comes different causes. Alzheimer's disease is one of the causes of dementia. So there are many causes of dementia, which basically is a cognitive dysfunction. There's impairment in cognition, memory, ability to perform daily tasks, and abnormal behaviors as well. And investigations must be taken first, and then we decide that it's Alzheimer's disease.
But it cannot be diagnosed on the offset.
So we can diagnose dementia as from the symptoms that are presenting, that there is definite cognitive impairment, and this is a difference. This is an impairment. This is a decline from the previous level of function. Already, I know that this is a disease of cognition.
Okay.
In a sense, dementia.
Okay.
And now I must find out what is the cause. Is it reversible? Is it irreversible? And then go on with investigations to find out which one it is.
Okay. And then are there early signs that families could look out for? And with those signs, what should they do once they've basically found that it is actual dementia?
I like that fact that you say that are the signs that families should look out for, because the patient usually doesn't know.
Yes.
And this distinguishes dementia from normal part of aging, forgetfulness, because forgetfulness is usually self-reported. So now this time the patient doesn't know they have it. They usually are even in denial about it. So it's the family, it's the employer, it's the friends that must pick up the signs. Usually in an employment situation, the employer would say there's a decline in performance. That we cannot account for. The family members would realize that, and it's really slight, small, little symptoms that you see that you might ignore in the beginning, and that's making it difficult to pinpoint when it started.
Yes, because you're thinking it's just normal.
It's normal aging, but we spoke about this
Yes.
yesterday. So signs like forgetting conversations, which you think is out of the norm for this person's level of functioning, misplacing items, and forgetting significant things that impair function. So this is not, oh, I forgot I have an appointment, a nail appointment today, but really you forget to fetch the children from school. You forget the stove is still on. So
Do you know that is so funny?
Impairment of function.
Yeah, it's so funny you mentioned that. I think I recall a memory. I think I was 14 years old and I was driving with my father in the car. And I just don't remember where we were driving. So he's driving, and then he just stops in a four-way street. Very busy four-way street. And as I'm looking left, I'm looking right, and I'm like, thank God there is no cars here, because he completely blanked out. And then at that time, I'm young. I'm thinking maybe he's trying to figure out his way. And I literally had to, Tata, are you okay? And then he was just like, oh, yes, I'm fine. And then he started off, and then, he continued driving. But then it's those moments now when I look back, because now I'm more educated about the illness. It's like those were the signs that he was actually showing us that there's something wrong with me. But also, we were young, and we could not really say, go see a doctor,
Yes.
because this had happened to you.
And especially that that this is not how you normally behave.
Exactly.
So you've got a baseline function of your father. You know him. You know this is very unusual. So yes, that's a sign.
Okay. And what should they do then once they've basically picked up these signs? Because someone might think that it's you're prematurely going to the doctor to go get a checkup because someone forgot to pick up kids at school.
Yeah. So it should really be a collective of signs and things that, are not normal. The explanation doesn't make sense that they forgot to pick up the kids from school. So it's usually a collection of symptoms. Go to the doctor. You must present yourself to the doctor, because at this point it's probably still early, and it's probably reversible. Maybe there's an underlying medical condition that the doctor would pick up and possibly treat. Or then we would, after many investigations, tell you what this is. So even if you think it's too early, go to the doctor, because you don't know what's underlying.
And you know what, in your line of work, you hold such a very strong influence, because I don't also know that a lot of people are aware that there are neurologists out there that can actually diagnose certain things. And I'll take it back to our community as Black people, because dementia, it feels like dementia is something that is completely not known, as an illness. And you would find that people are like, no, this person is bewitched, or this person, something might have happened, etc. They will never, kind of, the first instinct is, let me go to a neurologist. Maybe they don't even know what a neurologist is.
Yeah.
So I feel like you doing such amazing work, and and patients, when they come to you, it's obviously at a point of, I really do have something wrong with me.
Yeah.
So what gives you hope in the line of work that you do, or the patients that you've worked with, across the board in the years that you've been a neurologist?
What gives me hope? Okay, I would like to just highlight that, Ofentse, it's also platforms like these that help us to reach people.
Yes.
And I think we are moving forward as a world. People are now, the underprivileged, of course, difficult to reach them. But, more and more as years go by, people are now listening to the radios, who are having conversations like this, who are destigmatizing
Yes.
the disease. So it's not witchcraft. And hopefully those people in the very deep rural places get to listen to these type of conversations and present themselves. And also not only educating the community, but also educating other healthcare workers, because patients won't come straight to a neurologist. They don't know what a neurologist is. You'll start at a clinic, but then the nurses that first see the patient must just get the lights up to say that this person needs to be investigated further. So this platform, it's good, and I feel like having more of these has shown me, it's showing a difference. Because when I was still training in the public sector, we would only receive patients quite late, in the late stages. But now I see families bring in their parents, in the early stages. So I think something is happening. And also having associations. We've got global associations talking about dementia in South Africa as well. The Association of Dementia and Alzheimer's, campaigning and educating people, shows me that we are moving in the right direction. So I'm quite hopeful that more and more people will be presenting to us and getting the help they need.
Thank you so much for availing yourself and taking your time. Oh, Doctor drove all the way, guys. She drove all the way from Rustenburg to come be here with us and to have this important conversation. So thank you so much.
It's just my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. If this episode resonated with you or you know someone that it might help, please do like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.